course, it's going to be upside down. What else would it be? Okay, I'm just saying. I don't know. Right on out of there. Isn't that cool? So we made it home safely without killing each other. We're gonna try some stuffed bell peppers. I never really liked stuffed bell peppers because I feel like I just want to. Why not like just chop up the pepper? I don't want to do all that. Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby, baby. So basically, our idea is, if anybody's with us, basically the idea is, I sharpened this knife and oh my god, this is good. Trying to duplicate a meat pie, but we did it already this week with beef and pork, which we really love, and just wanted something kind of quick tonight. So we're halfway between fajita pie, because we went with chicken. We're doing the peppers and onions, and what are we doing? Peppers, onions, and then we got a taco sauce. We're gonna season it with the chicken flavor, taco stuff. I'll show you in a minute some of the ingredients that we have. But of course, going to have the peppers. I always love doing the red peppers now. They always come out nicer too. So I'm just going to chop these up. I could have sworn I didn't get that chopper thing, did I?
What chopper thing?
What we were looking at. We didn't get anything over there. Yeah, because it will get soft real quick. So basically we got a really nice flaky crust. We're gonna just basically make some ingredients, store them in a casserole. Once we do the ingredients there, I'm gonna dice these up. We're dicing everything. We're gonna put them, mix them up. She is browning some ground chicken. We decided to go with ground chicken again instead of the chicken breast. And we've kind of enjoyed. Let me move that over so I can bring you guys over. There we go. We really enjoyed the ground chicken. It's seasoned very well, but you have to put a little bit of oil.
I did no butter.
You did butter? Yeah, you have to put a little bit of oil in your pan, and then you have to have really have a binder if you're going to use it in the recipe. But like if you like ground beef and you're trying to get away from the ground beef, the ground chicken was surprisingly delicious and takes on the seasoning really well. And so we just wanted something really quick. It's been a long day. And we're just home cooked, not trying to be chefs online, just hanging out, turning on stream, and doing some things. I normally cook on Tuesdays and Thursdays on YouTube and Facebook. Actually, I've been doing a lot of it on Facebook. So now I really want to do a little bit more of it on YouTube. Facebook is great because you get, that instant connection, instant engagement of people watching and enjoying. And I noticed, the whole YouTube thing is kind of delayed until you build up your audience. And I'm trying to give my subscribers something. I've had some subscribers out here for a number of years and haven't really done a lot. Social media comes in waves, 1 minute it's this platform, the next minute it's that platform. I'm a blogger and also an author. That's one of my books right here. And the reason I have that, why do I have books in the kitchen? It's because I have cookbooks in the kitchen. And we do have a book club, so we talk about that. And then plus two, I'm also a podcaster where I tell people how to create buzz. And in that I kind of had to walk away from that for a minute. Live streaming and hanging out online is what I do. And I'm starting to get reacquainted with my duties back in the kitchen. And so brought the camera in the kitchen with me. So the live streaming part is nothing. The cooking part, that's a whole nother beast, right? And Patty Betty, occasionally we have an off day that coincides with the creativity. And therefore she ends up in with us. We're doing the red onion or the regular onion?
Both.
You want this diced up smaller or is that good? Oh, that looks good. You're gonna do this in another pan and mix it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have a sous chef. Or am I the sous chef?
When I'm in the kitchen, you're the sous chef.
Oh, when she's in the kitchen, I'm the sous chef. I'm surprised she let me turn the camera on. Alright, so I'm gonna put that to the side and go ahead and give our onion a chop. And just like we were doing the fajitas, tacos, nachos, even though it's not Taco Tuesday, you guys can watch this on Taco Tuesdays if it comes out well. I think it's gonna come out well. We're gonna do a layer, layer of beans on the bottom, just kind of have a base to it. Then we're gonna mix the ground chicken, the peppers, the onions, the garlic. Gonna do a little garlic. Well, what was the other thing we had? Is that it? Just the peppers and onions? Did we do peppers, onions, beans? I think a little salsa, but we're making no salsa. Oh, the tomatoes, the red tomatoes. That's what it is. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and dice up the onions, and then I'm gonna got some just some cherry tomatoes, just to give it that real nacho. I don't know where we're going with that. So, and I got I'm in a different position, so I'm about to run into this cabinet every 2 seconds. Hand me that trash bag over there, the little bag.
So you was gonna do one on the bottom and one on top.
It doesn't really come out good like that. It's just better if you just do it on top.
So if you got one, why you get another one?
Because you want an extra crust.
Ah.
So you got do like the lattice thing, cut it up and drape it. But that's what I'm saying. I just did that one. And I could have used a little more. You said you wanted more crust, though. Now we can do a little bit more crust. And then too, when you heat it up, you know, the leftovers, want a little bit more on there. I want some pearl onions again. There we go. Good onion, good onion. If you seeing this on my timeline, your timeline, a friend's timeline, thank you. Thank them for the share. I always love the share. If you've never seen it before and it just came up in the timeline, swipe to my profile so you can see some of the videos. A lot of the stuff that we do is revolves around living in Atlanta or just outside of Atlanta. Being one of the first blogs, digital publications about Atlanta. Trying to figure out something new to blog about. Get a little bit of nice skills going on here, just a little something, something. you get that from? Teddy Betty's over my shoulder trying to peek my skill here.
No, my pants is ready.
You need the onions and do the onions and this with salt. And then don't do the peppers yet.
Why not?
Because you need to bring out the flavor of the onion and the salt. When the onions start getting, then you go out the peppers.
Lose my stuff, girly girl.
That's all the chopping we got.
With tomatoes.
Oh, my tomatoes. Ooh, we're going to get that one. We're going to turn that pan on. You put no garlic in there. What's my garlic?
You gonna cut up everything.
I'm trying. This is my little jar of garlic here. Well, this is kind of large. That's what I'm going to put it on.
You want to put that little small?
You want, what are these ones?
Okay. Okay, get my bell peppers.
Wait till I start cutting it.
Oh, what you
Tomatoes.
made? You don't want your picture?
I'm using, where my phone is? Get my phone and snap it. It's over there on the thing. Just do about 4 to 5 seconds of video. You can do a picture and then a 5 second video. Something I got peppers and onions on it, but just do like of the chicken and then other ingredients basically.
Oh. I used to think you were a film person.
I'm the old sous chef. I'm kind of cutting up stuff. That last little bite, don't want to cut. Just because it's tight right there, then you get right there, don't want to cut. What's on TV? You do garlic? Garlic? The garlic is just in there. You do slow motion.
Mm-hmm. get to go.
Tomatoes. Oh, picture.
Video. Video picture.
Video.
Oh,
Ready?
hold on. Taking a slow.
Yeah. Alright, so there is the chicken that we have. No, I'll just sit that there. This is chicken. We did ground chicken. As you see, it's still nice and warm. And it takes on the flavor and the seasoning really well. You can break it up as much as you want to or not. You can do some meatballs, all that kind of stuff. We just started experimenting with it. Now what we're going to do is add in all of our... Let me get that up under there. What we're going to do now is add in the rest of our ingredients that she's seasoning over there, sauteing. And then we're going to put it in the casserole and we're going to just drape it with a real flaky crust. And it makes good for, it's always good the day of and the next day. Next day, like say tomorrow being a Monday, it'll make for a nice, really nice lunch. You can enjoy it for lunch, right? So, huh? And the drawer here. So there's our vegetables. All of that's just gonna get mixed in, layered in, tossed and turned. Again, we're gonna do some beans on the bottom. How are you gonna do the sauce? You're gonna mix it in when we mix it together? We did get mild, right? Okay. So. Then we're gonna need the big casserole or the regular. It does too work. Works too easy. Look at Petty Betty. She got to do it. You already got it on.
Oh, it cut the whole thing off?
Yeah, it brings the whole thing off. Then you're gonna mix it up because you can just pop right on off.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah. You thought it wasn't opening.
Yeah.
You all shocked. Yeah, it brings the whole top off.
No,
and you never really have to touch it because it hooks on there. You just toss that away.
Oh.
You had done already cut it and didn't know it.
I just guess I didn't watch the full video. I was like,
watching the full video. What are you gonna do? The big. That's what I actually think we need. The big one or the regular? Regular.
get the big one.
The big one's gonna make it thin. You want it kind of deep, not thin. Yeah. So just spread some on the bottom.
The butter or no?
I didn't butter the other one. It's beans. It ain't going in the oven all day. We're just gonna heat it through. Beans should wash.
So I probably should season these two. Give me a
No, cause all that's gonna be seasoned. Do we ever season the beans? You put it
no,
in?
that's what I said. It'd be bland. I ain't no seasoning to it.
What you need? A bowl?
Bowl. You got a little of that seasoning. You gotta season every layer.
Go ahead. Rock that.
I'm taking that seasoning over.
The chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Okay.
Do we want to thin that out a little bit or? You might want to go on and prepare that, like microwave it and put a little, and then do it. We're trying to get creative with the beans here, guys. Trying to get creative with the bean. Put a little sauce in it.
Yeah.
Taco sauce in it.
Oh, I forgot about me, huh?
Definitely put some sauce on the bottom. That's what they do in the lasagnas. They always put a little sauce on the bottom.
Okay.
Put some here. Yeah, every lasagna has sauce on the bottom. Even though it's not lasagna, we're doing a chicken pot. Oh, not chicken pot pie. A taco pie. So we put a little sauce in our pan. We're gonna spread that around. We're gonna put a layer of beans, and then these are gonna get mixed in together with the cheese. So you're not gonna layer this part because you want it to like marinate and coagulate or whatever you call it. Trying to go upside down. Like you fighting too much with that. Alright, so we're gonna spread our sauce. We're gonna spread our sauce around. And then we're gonna put down some beans. And then you're gonna go ahead and mix the tomato stuff in here. Picture. Here, I'll do it. You do it. That's a good picture. Good video. That's why I did that video the other day and didn't have no pictures. If you're doing your food videos, just go ahead and film it and then voice over it later. Don't try to like voice it while you're doing it. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and just mix in. And the cheese is gonna go in there. Seasoning is already in, the garlic is already in there. As you can see, it's gonna be a really good taste of rainbow type of meal. So we just go ahead and toss that up. Look at that. Ooh, wait, this is gonna be a good slow-mo. I'm gonna let her toss this and do what we're gonna do. Now, if you're hanging out watching us live, normally we're live on Facebook, but I wanted to come over and do some YouTube. But I always come back and break all this down like a couple of minute video, because I know like when we're looking for recipes, we usually look at the time like we want something like really quick. Go ahead, just give that a toss. Well, you said slow-mo, right? Slow-mo was pretty good, pretty hot. Okay. No, take both of them and just toss it like a salad. I'm gonna do some regular video while you toss them. Now you need to toss in your cheese. It's gonna be hot. Oh, that's gonna be good. Now you can already tell that's gonna be delicious, right? And it almost looks like an Asian dish too, right? And this is like being a meat pie, but has the basis in Italian, usually like you see an Italian meat pie. And we did this from a recipe. We're trying this out. We just started with a recipe on the Italian meat pie, and they added pepperoni, about 4 different types of meat. Then we love the whole casserole thing because again, you know, it gives you a couple days worth of meals. But what we really love, what are you gonna do? Slow-mo? No. Yeah. Go ahead. A little bit on the slow-mo bit. Okay, now we're gonna go video. Go. And then we need to get that tossed. So what we like to do is try it out. If it was Italian, we would put in some Italian meats, Italian flavors and spices. Yeah. Those colors look so good. I don't even think they're gonna need more cheese, man. And basically, now all we're gonna do is just dump this in the casserole, and I'm like, okay, do we need a larger casserole? We may have to make the casserole for tomorrow and then eat something for the night. I'm hoping that'll fit in there. I think that's gonna be. What do you think? Sure. Pack it down. Just put that crust on top. Think we need the larger one? You can put that with a little sauce in that. Then you got beans too. We might have to go big. Okay. No, we don't listen.
We?
Ouch. This one just seems so much bigger.
I was talking about the oval one.
It's in the fridge with the old meatloaf in it. We gotta clean it. We.
You got French? Where?
Keep on.
Can you
Keep
move
on
it?
trying to serena me.
Can you move it top, please?
I'm trying to see if I had another casserole dish. But that's why I said that dish is so big. Everything's off. That is not even finna go in there. Girl, just use some more sauce. Look at that. We look like we got a little bit more than we anticipated, so we're gonna go big. Sauce on the bottom, then beans, and then this. Now we're kind of, this is an idea we had in mind. Almost like a nacho pie, and I'm thinking this would be a great tailgate, right? Somebody over there has a party coming up that I'm not invited to, but anyway.
You go want some?
Put them beans in there. Let's eat. I'm hungry. I gotta go.
Oh, then you want to rush me. You want on that, we'll be done.
Live ain't done no more than anything else. So beans on the bottom. Can y'all see that? Is that on there? Oh yeah. So beans on the bottom. Oven's preheated. Oven is ready. And you're just gonna put it in the oven just to bake off the crust and heat it through. Even though it's nice and heated. I think I want to give this a taste. You want to taste it? And again, we went with the chicken instead of the beef. It's definitely taco. Definitely a good taco dinner. Just feel like we need like a little heat. Pay better than like heat.
She don't need nothing spicy.
We're gonna do some sauce on top of the beans or no? I feel like it's gonna need a little sauce. We didn't put no sauce in it. What did we put in? We didn't put any liquid in here. I thought we were gonna need like a binder, but we didn't. The juice from the chicken and the peppers. I still would say a little heat. So for those of you that like spicy, and I just have a little bit of tolerance, she has no tolerance for it, and then we have one that has a lot of tolerance for it. I would go with a little bit of heat. Of course we're using mild everything. If you want to do, definitely go with your spicy, but and then too, we're gonna top ours with a flaky crust. You ready? Go. I want to do a video. Oh, let me do a picture of that. And the dog is like, y'all in that kitchen a long time. Okay, go.
You were going to be able to hold that and put it in there?
I just need a picture. You just hold it up, letting a little bit of it go in there. Or you just take a spoonful and just lay it on there. Okay. Wait, video.
See, he crying like he gotta go out. That's why I want to feed him.
He crying like he want to come in the kitchen. Ain't nobody think about him.
No, he crying like he gotta go out more. That's why I gotta go out crying. See? I have to finish this.
That's a lot. Oh, that looks so good.
Okay.
It's time to come in this kitchen. Ouch. There we go. All right, and you see, empty pan, stuffed casserole. Yeah, I think that was gonna be a bit much for the other one. So let me get a picture of this, and then now, I'll get your crust.
You ain't gonna put no cheese on top?
Put a little cheese. And you can serve it with a little salad on the side, even though it's like, you know, full of vegetables. What you want?
Cheese?
Where the cheese at?
Give you?
You want to drizzle a little sauce? I wish that sauce was a little hot, you know, had a little heat in it. Give me that sponge and wipe this counter down. All right, so now I need to, which one of these mats do we not eat? Maybe. So we're using ready-made pie crust. Comes with 2. Just roll it out. I'm gonna cut this, and then she's just gonna layer them across. Just cut it in strips. I'm not even bothered trying to roll it out square and all that kind of stuff. She has a little bit of baking skills. I don't. But I know that this is crust on top. Tastes darn delicious. You can go with your corn chips, your tortilla chips, break it up, whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you, these pie crusts, why is it shredding on me like this? What was I doing?
You gotta go out?
Come on, man.
I'm finna walk in. I tell you, pie crust is yours.
Yeah, I gotta do the pie crust.
Yeah,
You want 1 or 2 on here?
well,
Probably gonna need 2. Look like it's gonna need 2. I forget what we're using the larger.
okay. Oh, hold on, let me get the bag.
So let me move this so you guys can kind of see a little bit more of what I'm doing here. I'll bring that over. So, can y'all see that? And there we go. So I'm gonna use 2. Just laying that on there. And then we'll go the other direction. And it's funny because when I did it, we did it before in a smaller pan. And I had too much crust, and now I'm definitely gonna need another one. Probably should have used my longer ones over here and the shorter ones. Yeah. We'll get it. We'll get it. I'm not bothering trying to braid it and all that kind of stuff. Nah. I'm ready for it to go in the oven, and I'm ready to eat. So, and I'm telling you, it's really good. With this one, I found that I didn't really need to brush it with the egg wash and all that. For the average cook, you probably don't have any eggs. For the average home cook, if you haven't gone shopping, and I may have an egg or 2 in there, but then I'm like, this is a really good flaky buttery crust, and I've done it a couple times, and I didn't find that it needed that. Your average cooks, they'll be like, oh, you gotta do the wash and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but the purpose of buying this convenience brand is not to have to do all that. Right. All right, so you just kind of might want to like brush it off a little bit. I'm gonna go a little thicker on this one, since we don't need that much of it. And I'm just going to use the edges here. I'll do there. Use the smaller ends, and then I can roll that back up. Go there. Didn't really need too much of that. There we go. 1 pie crust actually did the job. If I wanted to go over the edges, and I really don't. I'm trying to think just because I know the family really loves having the crust. So I'm going to go do a little, I'm going to do an edge on here. I'll just go down the edge there. Just because everybody likes to have some crust. So I'm just going to kind of go down the edge, go around the edge a little bit. Because I'm thinking, I don't want to have to roll this back up. So we'll just go around the edge. There we go. And then we're going to go in the oven. Like I said, we're just going to go in the oven with it and let it heat up. Let it just heat back through. Because my phone is about dead. Yep, there's my battery warner. And I want to do some oven can. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, cool. Alright, so now I'm just going to put it in the oven and let that crust brown up. And again, I can brush it with a little bit of butter or egg wash. Let me see if I'll go ahead and put it in the oven. I think it'll really get nice and hot. And then I'll brush it with some butter when it comes out. How about that? I need to get that in the oven because it's getting late. And we're already having a late supper at 8:40. Definitely want to be eating by 9 o'clock because I need to be out of the house by 9. Alrighty. I think that's it. So you guys want to hang on a second while I clean up. And I'll show you the finished product. And that's the best thing about it. Always stop and clean as you go. Clean as you go. And then take on it. What did I just do with that? I'm going to roll that back in. Always clean as you go. And then that way when it's time to eat, you don't have to worry about coming back into the kitchen. I'm just going to roll this back up. It's got a little bit of a meal or something in it to keep it from sticking. So I'm going to use that on something else. Maybe I'll make some sugar cookies or something with it. Always having some left over. And again, you know, experiment with the pie phase. If you're doing like a meal prep and we always think, oh man, we're gonna have these leftovers, and when something is really good, we really don't have any leftovers. So I used 1.5 pie crusts, and I still got 1.5 left, so we got definitely gonna do another pie. Maybe we'll do something on the dessert side later on. And I got a little bit of guacamole that I made. And for those of you that haven't seen before, everybody always knows we're famous for our pink lemonade. And there is our pink lemonade. I'll pour me a glass of that. Usually I pour a glass of this before I even get started. Now, the difference is, while we're known for the pink lemonades, we took heed of the Facebook hack that says don't squeeze your lemon to steep it on the stove. So my lemonade is made on the stove, and it's really a good pink lemonade because, as you can see, there's a lemon. Then you tell my lemon is not squeezed, and then there is a peach. So I take two lemons to 2 quarts. So I always do 4 quarts. So I do about 3 lemons and 1 peach. And there you go, a big old glass of pink lemonade. So now when you order pink lemonade, it's virtually peach lemonade. It's so good, so refreshing. And there you have it. And again, steep it on the stove. 2 lemons, 2 quarts. 2 lemons, 2 quarts. And if you want to do peach in there, we've done it with peach. We've done it with blueberry. We've done it with a number of other things. So let me wash this stuff up right quick while that's browning in the oven. I told you he's getting off schedule. Alright, and wipe the stove down, and then counters, and we're done, and our potluck should be ready for us to enjoy our chicken fajita pie. Is that what we call it? Is that what we're calling it? Who's that burning? Made it to the weekend. Alright, so now we're just going to check our now again, I like it with a little bit of salad. So you want to put the salad with it? Huh? You say yes or no?
No.
I like it with a little bit of salad. So I will have a little salad on the side. Baby, baby, baby. And again, guys, it's in the oven, so bear with us so that you can see the finished product. And for dessert, we've got a couple little ice cream. We saw these little Haagen-Dazs ice creams, 10 for 10. So we got some of those for dessert. And popsicles. We're trying to decide on pop, and then we're like, we're having pop for dinner, so. That lemonade is so good. Stay right there. Hot dish coming up. So while we wait, I was talking about earlier that we have a book club, and the book that we are reading right now, and we do this reading in the kitchen. On Wednesdays we get lit with leftovers. Barry Coon, Zora Neale Hurston's Story of the Black Cargo. On the cooking thing, I have really, let's talk about this while we wait. This is, and I think it might be upside down for you guys, but this is Ayesha Curry's The Seasoned Life, and I want to explore it soon. I want to check it out and try to make some of these things. Jamaican curry chicken and fried dumplings. Here is game day chili. I mean, she's got some really interesting things. I just have to, ooh, cheesy guacamole with homemade pita chips. Look at the egg, deviled eggs, that bacon on there. Oh my God. lamb burgers. Let's talk about sliders. I went to one of the restaurants here in town and tried the sliders, and I'm not a slider type person. I'm like, give me a burger or no. But oh my god, I went to one of the restaurants, I'm not even gonna say, but they had this slider and they had these little cube potato things, not necessarily fries, but as an appetizer. And I was like, oh my god, can I just get 2 of those? It was really good, really good. So I'm gonna oh, look at that. Soft and chewy chocolate chip cookie. That doesn't even look like a chocolate chip cookie. I'm not a fan of a chocolate chip, but I do love. And I love one of the things about cooking, when you start cooking with recipes, you end up with what I call the remnants of recipes, meaning that you end up with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you look around, you're like, okay, what can I make with this stuff? What can I do with this? And I like now that I look at a recipe, because I'm now cooking by recipes, I look at a recipe now and I have those ingredients. I still have not added baking soda to my repertoire. But like, you know, egg, she's got like brown sugar, that's a lot of brown sugar, oh, cup, okay. Like butter, brown sugar, egg, vanilla, who doesn't have that? All-purpose flour, have that. Baking soda, kosher salt, flaxseed, okay, where's the flaxseed? 2 heaping tablespoons of flaxseed, chocolate chip, that's must be what I'm seeing in there. Chocolate chip, and flaky sea salt. I would make that tomorrow. In fact, we'll probably, I tell you what, let's do that on Tuesday. We're going to do, what did I say I was making on Tuesday? Oh, the poached salmon. We're trying to do some poached salmon and do some different things, because we're trying to figure out how to get away from canned salmon. But I hate buying like a beautiful fillet of salmon and then, you know, making salmon croquettes with it or other thing. But I want some fresh salmon in my recipe, so to get it from that fillet to something really nice and flaky to use, you poach it. So let's do the poached salmon, and don't let me forget, we'll do this soft and chewy chocolate chip cookie. Do you like these chocolate chip cookies on Tuesday? She's got a soft and chewy chocolate chip cookie in this cookbook. I think that sounds pretty good. Let me check the crust here. I turned the oven up some. It's cooking kind of slow. Man, that is cooking kind of slow. Alright, so chocolate chip cookies, if I don't try that tonight, because I'm telling you, the only thing I don't have is the baking soda, and I know you need the baking soda. Oven baked chicken tenders, that don't even look like a chicken tender, does it? What's this category called? Cooking with the littles. Brown sugar bacon. I love that her cookie sheet looks as bad as the rest of ours, right? Don't you hate when your cookie sheet gets like that? But still, it's like so good. Bread pudding. Petty Betty makes a good bread pudding. Pancakes. You got the crepes in there. I just figured it out. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup. That's why she looks so natural. I love avocado and everything. I do have some, alright, this crust, I'm sorry, it's taking a minute. We didn't have the oven high enough, I don't think. So now the oven is on and it's starting to brown. I want my phone to be still because I wanted to hold that page. As I keep opening, I'm looking through the glass now. And again, like I said, the live streams are a little bit longer than the recipe when I come back. I'll do a quick 1 minute video just to kind of show you all the different steps we did. And basically, like I said, we brown the ground chicken. When you brown the ground chicken, you will need to add a little butter or a little oil, whichever way you want to go with that. Just because it does stick to the pan, you know, and there's not a lot of juice that comes out of that until you cook it. Then we just sauteed our onions and our peppers with a little garlic, and then just layered in. We put some sauce down. We're using some just some taco sauce, which I'm glad I'm gonna have another one of these jars. I love jars. I keep jars. I keep jars because once we buy something in a jar, I then try to make it on my own, make it fresh, right? So brown the chicken, saute your vegetables, whatever vegetables you want to add in. We did onions, red pepper, green pepper, and tomatoes. We did some grape tomatoes. And then we just layered that, put down the sauce, put down some refried beans, and then tossed the chicken with the vegetables, pour that in, tossed in some cheese, put some cheese on top, and layered a little sauce here and there, just to kind of keep the whole kind of, consistency. And then we put it in the oven with a flaky crust. So I'm waiting on that crust to flake up and brown and show you guys that on the video for those that are popping in and out and those that are watching the replay. And for a shorter version, I will do a shorter version, which you'll probably see first. And like I said, I've been live streaming on Facebook and I like the engagement, but then I end up putting it on YouTube. So I'm trying to get everybody to come and hang out with us on YouTube. And I know it's probably a little bit upside down. My phone has died. So let me borrow this charger here. Get my phone going again so I have some pictures. Oh, look at that salad. I'm not one for lamb chops as much as I thought I would be. I've been trying to do a pork tenderloin. I've been thinking about a pork tenderloin for a while. I'm going to turn this around. Seems like it wants to brown on one side. Okay. Almost there, guys. I turned the oven up. I swear. I promise. Alrighty. Look like we're getting a little bit of brown going on. Let me do my oven cam. So as soon as we get that. I think the issue is the double crust. That's why it's taking a little bit longer. But I think we're almost there. So we were just talking about some of the books that I have. I hate to like stall you guys. This book right here is really interesting. This one is about Mrs. Wilkes' boarding house cookbook. Now, why would I have this? Because it talks about the history of some of the Southern cooks. So that's what I love about that. And of course, when I opened up, in spite of the cover, when I opened it up, I saw a lot of familiarity in the history of cooking in the South. And so I love that. And some good recipes. And one of the reasons I wanted that, because I wanted a cookbook that told a little bit of the history, is because a lot of times we are doing things today that we consider to be a shortcut or a long way around stuff, and we don't really know why we do it. So I wanted something to kind of help us to understand, like, why do we do certain things this way? Why do we use this ingredient? Why aren't we using a little bit more of that? Why haven't a lot of the recipes kind of crossed over? And why have so many recipes crossed over? You know, who could really claim the origins of, like I said, even what we're making today? You know, it has origins of Italian cooking, because the first time I really learned how to make it was an Italian pie. But then, you know, we have our own versions of like pot pies and all that kind of stuff, or meat pies. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take this out for a second to show you guys. I might put it back in and let the crust brown. But then even once you take it out, it's still gonna do a little something. But I don't want to hold you guys any longer, and I need to eat and do some other things. But as you can tell, ooh, there you go. And there it is, nice, hot, popping out of the oven. I'll bring it closer. Where's the camera? There you go. You can hear the sizzle. So I'm gonna put it back in, let it brown, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Because I think we're about ready to eat. I'm gonna let that get just a little bit browner. But let me tell you what, let me end the video. How about that? Before I put it back in. So we'll do a little bit of a zoom on it and bid you guys a farewell. There it is. Enjoy.